Hello everybody, and welcome to the Derek Ruby Show. I am your host, the previously mentioned Mr. Ruby. Today I thought I would take a few minutes to talk about the drama between Matt Hardy and Impact Wrestling. Now, in case you don't know, last year Matt Hardy created a character called Broken Matt Hardy. They did a series of videos on TNA, and it was the highest rated stuff of TNA last year. Now, for various reasons, Matt Hardy and his brother Jeff left TNA in the beginning of the year. TNA was bought by Anthem Sports and is now Impact Wrestling, and there has been a big dispute over who owns the Broken Matt gimmick. A lot of reports recently said that WWE and Impact Wrestling were trying to reach an agreement so they could use the Broken Matt gimmick. So I don't know, but it seems like that has fallen through because of a tweet that Matt put out a couple days ago. Now, Matt Hardy and his wife Rebby have both filed copyrights for their name, but TNA has also filed copyrights for the Broken Universe, for Brother Nero, for lots of different things. And so here's my take on it. A lot of people's argument is WWE would do the same thing. My argument is WWE would have filed copyright the first week that Matt would have came out with that character, and they would have the rights to all the names. The fact that TNA is just now filing for this stuff is amazing to me. So what I'm saying is, if Matt and Rebby might have filed for the names first, it's very possible that they have a legal leg to stand on. What's even worse is when Matt and Jeff left Impact Wrestling, they went ahead and went to Ring of Honor. When Matt and Jeff were going to wrestle at the pay-per-view, Impact Wrestling sent a cease and desist letter to Ring of Honor and the cable providers, and one of the cable providers dropped their pay-per-view. So here's my big thought process. And before I say this, don't get me wrong. I am not against Impact Wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan. I like that wrestlers have a place to work, but Impact Wrestling is in a rebranding stage. And they've done some good things. They brought back Bruce Pritchard. They brought in Alberto Del Rio, known now as Alberto El Patron. But also a lot of their talent left right after they took over, due to various contract reasons or whatever. But my whole point is, just let this go. Even if you think you're right, and you might be, I don't know. The fact is, wrestling fans have a long-term memory. And you can make an argument that casual wrestling fans might watch WWE sometimes. You can't really make that argument with Impact Wrestling. Just look at their ratings. And if you piss off hardcore wrestling fans, they're not going to want to watch your product. There's already people wearing Fuck That Owl t-shirts, which is a whole other thing I'm not going to get into. There's people that want to boycott your show, and it's just bad publicity all around. From a public relations standpoint, this is horrible. You can't make any money on the Broken Gimmick. You can't sell Matt Hardy action figures. You can't sell t-shirts. The only thing you might be able to do is sell DVDs. So wouldn't it make more sense to drop this and go ahead and make a deal with WWE? If the Broken Matt character goes on TV on WWE on national television, people may have an interest in buying your DVDs. Hell, you might be able to do a deal with WWE to put that stuff on the network. People would want to see the beginning of the Broken Universe. Not everybody has watched Impact. Not everybody's familiar with it. But overall, the wrestling fans, they want the Broken Gimmick in the WWE. And by Impact preventing this and dragging this thing out and causing all kinds of legal fuss, they're just putting a negative light on themselves in the fans' eyes. And the fans are the ones that watch your product. The fans are the ones that buy your merchandise. And at the end of the day, the fans are going to be the ones that decide whether or not you're going to be successful. Impact Wrestling likes to pretend that it's a second to WWE, and maybe it is, but in reality, it's more closer to Ring of Honor, which is another company you heard. Ring of Honor should be a company that Impact should be trying to work with. So at the end of the day, if you work something out with Matt and WWE, you might be able to make some money. If not, you're probably not going to make as much money, and it's going to hurt you negatively in the long run. Because as I stated before, hardcore wrestling fans, they just don't forget anything. And if you don't believe me, just go watch a shoot interview and see when a wrestling fan or an interviewer asked about something that happened in like 1986. I mean, look at Dixie Carter. Yes, she didn't do anything that great when it comes to business, but overall, I believe she would not do something like this to Matt and Jeff. They got you your highest ratings last year. If nothing else, you should let this go just for that. They put a lot more eyeballs on your product. Right now, Impact's just coming off as an ex-boyfriend that's jealous, and they're pissed off at the fact that Matt and Jeff went home. Anyway, that's my take on it. I don't hate Impact Wrestling. I'm just one of the many fans that would like to see the Broken Gimmick in the WWE. So thank you guys for listening to the Derek Ruby Show. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. And as always, have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.
Delete!